It's the dawn of a new day and the start of a new season. Here we are for the Racecraft Grand National Series season opener, the Daytona 300. I'm James Watson, joined as always by my broadcast partners, Dave Huckleberry, and a man known to some as Ty McIntosh, known to us as Ty McIntosh. It's Ty McIntosh. First of all, Ty, what are you looking forward to for tonight?
I'm looking forward to getting the season started. I'm looking forward to the strategy that every Daytona race brings, and obviously the chaos as well. I know we're going to see a big one, and I'm just hoping that it ain't too big.
Absolutely. Or they at least save it to the last lap.
Yeah, we don't want to have too many cars missing.
No. As qualifications have just about wrapped up. It's a difficult qualifying session for everyone. 2-lap average. So you really got to make sure you're quick, not just for one lap, but for both.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring you the starting lineup for tonight's race. Your 4D Racewear Pole Award winner, Tommy Ryan in the 66 next to Trey Eitzen on the front row. Then we have JP Phillips in the 34 and Josh Adams in the 22 on row 2. Row 3 is all Racecraft Channel 199 in lockout. Paul Mikolajczyk in the 77 and Jonathan Cutlip in the 5. Row 4, we have the 70 of Jesse Racimas and the 15 of Chad Frankenfield. Rounding out the top 10 is the 28 of Jacob Adams and the 40 of Tyler Fody in the middle of his retirement.
Jeff Ryan and Ray Bracey going to make up row number 6 in the 3 and 07 machines, respectively. Row number 7 is going to be Fueled Up Racing's Harrison Talon in 13th, with Kyle Henshaw Racing's Johnny Thomas in 14th. Row 8, Jeff Green for Pro Edge Racing and Ryan Borges for the 21 for Shift Esports in row 8. A couple of former teammates like Norman's Tate Lytle, 17th, and Pro Edge Racing's David Tooker, P18 on row number 9. R.C. Anderson, former 8500 driver, lines up 19th, and Rob Mooney for South Shore lines up 20th in the 84 car.
And on row 11, we have the 95 of Gavin Hibbs and the 90 of Scott Crump. Row 12 features the 13 of Tyler Pop and the 08 of Randy Yoakum, a rookie to the series. And row 13, we have the 32 of Dustin Durer and the 60 of Austin and Abnett. Row 14 is the 43 of Dominic Wright and the 24 of Michael Ossick. Row 15 features the 25 of Seth Rawls and the 30 of Cale Pocock, or the 7 of Cale Pocock in P30.
Row 16, P31, a Leighton Norgard for Abbott Motorsports, and P32 for Pro Edge Racing and Matthew Weeks. 17th, another pair of Lake Norman teammates, Frank Fody in the 41, rolls off 33rd. Chris Wright in the number 8, rolls off 34th. 35th, going to be Blake Reynolds in the number 86 for Channel 199, and Gavin Higgins for KR Motorsports in the number 20, rolls off 36th. His teammate, Jay Kaner, 37th in that number 9 machine, and P38 for Gerald Campbell in that 31 car. P39 for that Greg Biffle throwback for Tom Bourne. We'll love to see it. And P40 for Casey Hatch and Fueled Up Racing number 14.
Row 21 features the 46 of Kyle Hanshaw and the 64 of Andrew Recker. And your final starter is the 44 of Mike Goodman, making his 600th Elite start tonight. And unfortunately, the 47 of Sam Boutwell, the 30 of Connor Thompson-Gardner, and the 4 of Zach Rogers are your 3 going home. They will not be taking part in tonight's Daytona 300.
We have a couple. I think we have another lap to go here. You hate to have that happen. Obviously, you want to make the race to start the season, and always puts a sour taste in your mouth. But I like to think that it's always more more fuel to come back with for next week.
Absolutely, Ty. Yeah, checking pit road speed here, making sure the gauges are correct.
Ignore the graphic.
So,
we are not green.
And
Say hi
I
to the pit
think
crews.
we might have one person starting from pit lane because it looked like they were stopped in their boxes. As they were driving down pit road. So
Blake Reynolds is still there.
Yeah, Blake Reynolds had to restart his PC, so he's off to a rough foot, but he's definitely going to be hoping for an early yellow to get back with the group and not go 6 laps down, as we know that's a common thing for these plate races. If you go 6 down, even if you don't have damage, your race is over. So
absolutely. And Lord knows it's very easy to end up with some serious damage here. The big
it happens
one
quick.
Absolutely.
I think it was lap 5 in the truck race last night. I would know it happened off my nose, but it happens.
And it happened a few times in last week's development series race here. I know because I missed a few of them. Did not miss the last one.
Hopefully, you guys have
Anyways.
better luck than we did.
Absolutely. Be interesting to keep an eye on the man on the outside pole, Trey Eitzen, the winner of last season's truck season opener at Daytona. He's proven that he knows how to get it done at Daytona and at these restrictor plate tracks.
The factor last night, despite flipping. So I hope he doesn't flip tonight, but I would expect him to be quite the contender here.
Absolutely, as we see the pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Tommy Ryan will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go, and we are underway at Daytona. Good jump for Ryan. Not that good of a jump for Eitzen, which is a bit of a surprise. You usually see the outside able to get a good jump on that initial start, since you're only having to wait for the green and not when the car next to you goes. So we see already. Absolutely, Ty. You see him getting a huge jump from Adams. He's just about in front. Sticking just about side by side as we're going through 3 and 4. Ryan pulls ahead. It's going to be a drag race to see who's going to lead lap 1, and it's going to be 66. Give it to Tommy Ryan. But it's going to be interesting, Ty, to see some of the tactics they're going to use. We've seen a lot the conveyor belt type racing, where you get pushed out in front and on the outside lane, and then you drop down to lead the inside. Then we just see that cycling and cycling and cycling throughout the race.
Yeah, especially as we get closer to the stage. Obviously, anticipation and the eagerness to get up there and try to get those points is going to pick up. But I mean, we already saw Paul Mikolajczyk. He's going to jump out to the outside in front of those shift teammates and try to take this lane. So I think a lot of it too, you're seeing like the gaps on the bottom. Those are just guys that are trying to get into a rhythm, turn some laps down, kind of see where they're at, get a feel for everything. And we're mostly single file other than inside the top 20.
Yeah, and that's another key thing too that you said. Just turning laps. This is a long race, full distance, 300-mile race, just like what they do in real life. So you're going to be in this car for what you hope to be a long time. So you just got to turn laps and at least chill out until the end of stage 1. See a bit of an interesting move here, though. You see Tommy Ryan was leading the inside. He jumps to the outside. And now lead that inside is his unacceptable racing teammate JP Phillips in the 34. Go on,
A little bit
Ty.
of a strategy call there. I mean, you want to control both lanes if you can. It's still a little early, but I think this is probably a good point to test the waters and see if it's something that's possible.
Absolutely. This is turning out very acceptable for unacceptable racing. And I'm surprised we don't see this more often with teams where they try to control all the lanes. You tend to see them more kind of line up and control an entire lane, like 4 Lake Norman cars nose to tail on the outside, for example, but you don't really see them employ this, let's be in front of both and make sure everyone has to pass us.
Tommy Ryan leads the outside. His brother Jeff Ryan's up top 3 wide. I don't know if that was a move by him or if he got shuffled out, but he's not doing too bad, surprisingly. There's nobody with him, and he's hanging on. He's keeping speed, but I would expect him to shuffle out pretty quickly.
Yeah, as he's trying to get back in line, maybe trying to force the issue a little bit, but nothing too bad. But I don't know, it looks like he's gaining some time. It looked like he passed a few cars. This is very interesting and gonna make the strategy for the late game here a lot harder. And
whoa, Chad Frankenfield!
Back is Chad! Oh, freaking in the back!
Huge one.
Yep.
Leighton Norgard with damage.
Well, I think we all expected that to happen in some way, shape, or form there. Let the memes commence!
I'm sure Gerald's hitting that audio right about now. Yeah,
Yeah, you know, memes aside, I really don't know if you can put that on Chad, honestly.
Yeah, he kind of straddles the line fine, and he only really starts moving up when Jeff makes the contact there. So I'm starting to, I think that might have just been driver number 3, maybe not totally sure exactly where he was on the racetrack, trying to side draft and just got a little too close there.
Yeah, I mean, you see Chad move up a little bit, but you see more of the move. You see the 3 move down more. So, yeah. So let's put the memes away. But that is unfortunate, though, for Chad and for a lot of people. We saw a lot of people involved, and curious to see how much damage is on the 07 of Ray Bracey, last night's popular winner of the truck race, the truck season opener. He came real close to hitting that 15 when he went up into the wall.
Yeah, and that's just kind of one of those things at Daytona, right? Like, you're not even going to be involved in the mess. You might not be near it, but it can catch up to you quick. And we almost saw that for Bojo.
Absolutely.
Got some pit stops, obviously cars with damage. Surprised there's not more cars coming in. I know they can make it to the stage and they're worried about track position, but we don't have stage yellows here, so I would imagine that maybe more wanted to top off, but surprisingly no.
Absolutely. I think we're going to go ahead and take an opportunity to get our first break in, and we'll be back shortly.
Tickets are on sale now for the 10th Bommarito Automotive Group 500 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Sunday, June 7th features 3 huge races. The USAC Classic, Firestone Indy Next, and the only Sunday night prime time NTT IndyCar Series race. Enjoy a weekend of cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. The stars of the Indy 500 are coming to St. Louis. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Looking for a heck of a deal? You'll find it at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Right now, over $4,000 off 2025 Escapes, $2,500 off 2025 Broncos, and over $5,000 off select new 2025 F-150s. And the best part, every one of them comes with a Bolin lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Big savings, long-term peace of mind, all in one place. Tom Bolin Ford.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back. We are just about green here. Well, we've already got one wreck in this race, Ty. When do you think the next one is going to come? Do you think we might be able to get some pretty decent green flag running in?
I mean, I would hope so, especially we're only on lap 8, but kind of the weird thing with plate racing is sometimes you get a caution and it breeds another caution. Sometimes you have one and it kind of smartens everybody up a little bit. Let's take it easy, just ride. There's still 113 to go here, so these guys are going to have to keep these cars clean and maybe try to fix damage. So it's one of those things where it's like if you are damaged and you're able to stick with the pack, you kind of want to cause chaos to fix the rest of your damage. But if you're somebody that's clean, you're like, okay, you guys stay back there, let us go.
Absolutely, and plus we still have another about 22 laps until the end of this stage as we get back going. So we see the pace car making that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. JP Phillips will lead us to the restart zone. Green beans going. We're back underway at Daytona, and you see a little bit of a checkup on that outside lane. A little bit of accordion effect. Thankfully, nothing too crazy or chaotic. No major chain reaction, but that has to be incredibly nerve-wracking for everyone in the middle of the pack.
Oh, Cutlip going to pull out to the outside. He's got teammates behind him. R.C. Anderson, David Tooker.
Yeah, we got the Toyota contingent trying to make that third line work. It's hard to say if they're going to be able to get it going. The energy's starting to dissipate, but as I say that, a big run into turn 3. You see Cutlip right there alongside Josh Adams. Oh no! Tommy Ryan gets turned down into Phillips! Jeff Green plows into the 34. Phillips goes back up the track. Oh my goodness!
Well, I think we know which way the tide's going to turn. It's going to caution precautions.
Oh wow! Here we are coming off of turn 4. Mikulicek shoving the 66 and shoves him the wrong way down into the 34 on the 70.
Yeah, it's unfortunately a really common thing for these plate races is when you're on the outside line, and sometimes you can tell. I mean, the Toyota nose is a little round and it doesn't play too much of a factor, but sometimes in the sim it does. And Paul was pushing pretty good there, but then when he swiped up, I think the rounded nose of that Supra just kind of caused all chaos to break loose there. He's right on board with Tyler Fode here. Looking at a hole between his teammates and able to get through it. Scott Crump almost getting sideways. He holds on to it. A lot of guys had to take some evasive action down pit road.
Yeah, that was very nearly a very costly moment for Lake Norman. To see Ray Racy with another good wreck avoidance. You see Jesse Racimus, who was right there second in that inside lane, Tokyo drifting through pit lane. See on board with Frank Fody. Good avoidance again for the 41. So far, it really didn't look like this wreck could have been a heck of a lot worse, especially with the 34 getting turned back up the track. It's not look like nearly as much calamity as you would have expected there, Ty.
Yeah, no, especially right at the front of the field. Luckily, I think if this were anywhere sooner to the tri-oval, it probably would have been worse, but these guys had enough time, especially about 10th, 12th on back. They were able to see it, hit the brakes, slow down. They had the grass to use when they got slowed down. So anywhere else, I think it would have been a problem. But as you see right there, race control, first tally for Paul Mikolajczyk. Unfortunately, just a push gone wrong there.
Yep, and to get a little bit of housekeeping done, the Jeff Ryan did receive a tally for the first caution of the night. We're watching the 15 get some of his damage repaired. So looking at a pretty big shakeup. The race leader is now Trey Eidson.
Assuming he takes the inside, it's going to put the shift teammates lined up. Jonathan Cutlip, Harrison Talon, they're good friends. They're going to be lined up on the outside. Obviously, it's still a lot early, but I'd like to paint the picture for you guys at home to kind of understand where these guys might have their heads at and who they're working with. So,
absolutely. Meanwhile, still have Cale Pocock, who I think is still on pit road. I think Cale must have got some major damage from that first incident. He's about to go 5 laps down. He's got to hurry up and get that 7 car fixed, otherwise he's going to be done for the day. Getting real close to that 6 lap limit. Though I don't see a meatball on his car, which is quite strange.
yeah, the left front's a little beat in, so I wonder if it could be steering damage and if it's bad enough for him to not feel comfortable going back out there, which could obviously be a thing. But overall, that's only the real damage I see.
Yeah, but disappointing for Cale nonetheless. We are doubled up. We are going to be 1 to green here. And Cale looks to be the only car that is a lap down. Looks like everyone has at least been able to get their cars fixed enough to get back on track without losing a lap. That is the one good thing about getting in an accident here at Daytona or Talladega. Because the track is so big and pace laps are so long, you can get a lot of damage fixed without losing a lap, unlike, like, say, Bristol or Martinsville, where you can only get, like, 2 seconds of damage fixed.
Yeah, I know last night from the truck race, I could get about 1.5 minutes fixed before they came around to get the 1 to green and still catch up to the field. So certainly, I mean, if you don't have a lot, if you have, say, 5 or 6 minutes, you only need a couple, but if you have upwards of 10, 12, you're looking at probably needing 5 or 6 yellows to get that thing taken care of.
Absolutely. As we see the pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. And Trey Eidson is going to lead us to the restart zone. And green means go. We're back underway at Daytona. Good jump from Eidson. Good jump from Cutlip to stay somewhat alongside the 27. Little bit of a wiggle from Harry right there. Oh, big wiggle from Josh Adams. That's not what you want to see.
outside lane was really formed up. There were a couple gaps on the inside, and I think that's kind of what played out right there. Just everybody.
Oh,
we're getting
wailing again! Oh boy! Adams and Ederson. Oh, that could have been big one, number 3. Good gracious. Meanwhile, a huge shove from Talon into Cutlip, and this is going to clear both cars.
It's going to take a little bit for that inside lane to surge back up, but it will happen. Outside just, I mean, they're packed 6 deep right there. They take advantage of it. Dusty Dewar almost got clear there to the bottom.
Yeah, you figure they may have jumped down to take control of that inside, but they don't. Now here comes the inside lane with a vengeance. Look at that run. Went from a car length back to half a car length up in no time flat. Right now they are about perfectly alongside each other, give or take. The inside lane shoots ahead. Inside lane has more cars.
Yeah,
That's not miss. Go on, Ty.
Starting to see the vision there for RC. I think he's trying to just stay tight enough to Josh Adams to push him forward without shoving him. I think that's something that's really pivotal is the third car. I think they might have figured out what they need from each other because we're not seeing as much of the wiggles that we saw from them there on a couple laps ago.
No, we're not. Meanwhile, what we are seeing is a lack of being able to see Harrison Talon. You saw him link a decent amount through 1 and 2 that time. Looks like Harry's connection is stabilized a little bit, but that is the worst thing to see here at Daytona. Talon's like, oh, we got contact! Rucker up into the wall.
You won't guess who that was off of. A couple old buddies there, Chad and Andrew Rucker.
Yep.
They sorted out though. We're fine. Everybody's still going. We're clean and green. A little bit of a stagger there.
And they are roasting each other over radio chat right now. Meanwhile, Josh Adams has jumped to the outside, and he's going to take over the lead. And he's going to stay up there on the outside, not going to pull the conveyor belt.
Something that we talked about earlier. Not many teams do it. This is something Shift's electing to do. Control the inside and the outside. Just try to maintain the pace there. Make sure that Shift is leading all the laps here right now.
Absolutely. This is exactly what Seth Rawls, team owner, wants to see. What he doesn't want to see is himself sitting in 24th, but I can't imagine it's going to take too long for team owner to join his boys up here.
Look how quick things have been happening here. I would say give it about 20-30 laps. He'll probably be up inside the top 10. Inside and outside, they just keep kind of surging. I think that's, you see the big pushes. We actually got Andrew Rucker, I believe that is, 3 in the middle. A little bit further back there, just outside the top 20.
As we see nothing changing so far. They're still alongside. It's funny, and this is something that we were talking about last week, how it, as exciting as it is to see them side by side like this, is it gets a bit difficult to call because it's like, and they're too wide, and they're still too wide. Guess what? They're still too wide. Oh, we got a little bit of 3 wide going on right now.
Gavin Higgins to the outside of Matthew Weeks. Trying to do something similar that we saw with Jeff Ryan. Hopefully it works out a little better. He's going to push Michael Hosick, so they're going to be 3x3x3 for just a second there.
And you also have a little bit of Chad wide towards the back as well.
RC put a little bit of the bumper to Trey Eidson to get him out front. We saw a little bit of a wiggle out of the 50, just like we saw with his teammate. And
looks like the third line is lost all their energy. You're looking to tuck back in. The experiment did not work.
That's really what the opening part of the race is good for. Like, we saw Jeff try it. We saw these guys try it. They're not giving up just yet. Matthew Weeks is going to look to try it. You know, you especially if the package changes on iRacing. Like, the truck package was completely different from anything that I've driven on the sim with the trucks at a plate race before. Like, these guys have to get back in, get used to each other again, get used to the changes, try to see what works. And they're just building a notebook, which Matthew Weeks is somebody who probably doesn't need too much of a notebook. He's won a lot here at Daytona, multiple time 500 champion. You know, but he's still trying things.
Yeah, and even still, we heard Matthew do something during practice and say, "Whoop, sorry, it's been a while since I've driven this car." Because you have to remember that we had a pretty lengthy off season thanks to the holidays and whatnot. So this is the first time that quite a few drivers are back in this position, driving in his Xfinity car, or soon to be O'Reilly's car rather, in anger. So everyone's just trying to get back into the swing of things and get that rust off.
Especially, I mean, a lot of these guys just did the Daytona 24 on the service, so they probably went from driving sports cars that were a lot lighter than this and maybe a little bit more adapt to turning than these things are. As we see R.C. Anderson go to the outside in front of Josh Adams, so he's going to take the lead.
And they're also used to having to brake right there.
Yeah, they're not quite used to going 200 miles an hour unless they're in the prototype.
And you said it, Ty. R.C. Anderson jumped out to the outside, now jumps back to the inside with the lead, but here comes Adams trying to take it back. RC breaking up that shift monopoly that was going on for a good chunk of this stage. So we do see a pretty healthy third lane. Oh, we got car of the wall. It's adapted. He's bouncing off of it. That is terrifying if you're everyone right there, but we say clean and green. Austin able to get back control of that 60 car, and Matthew Weeks able to give him the space he needed to gather that up without demolishing half the field. And you know, I gotta say, it is really weird to see Matthew Weeks in a not black car. I almost didn't realize it was him at first.
A very different look, but I like it. I hope he keeps it. It looks really good. And I mean, we talk about how fast things can happen. Scott Crump went from being in mid-pack, pulling out, getting a run, and thinking, all right, I'm going to get out front. Now that happens, and now he's falling down the order. So you never quite know what to expect from lap to lap here. I mean, Scott Crump is he's going to try to get to the bottom. I'm sure his teammate's going to let him in there.
And it happened because of something that was completely not his fault. Like, they were about to get up there and battle for the lead, and then all of a sudden, Anabnit gets the wall, has to check up, and the whole line just falls apart. That's what's so difficult about plate racing, is the fact that you need so much to go right from a whole lot of other people that you have no control over. So it's really just a game of luck and a game of runs here.
Absolutely, and right now somebody else up on the third lane with some help from Scott Crump. We got a couple pairs of brothers in the race. Jacob Adams going to try to get up there on the third lane and challenge his brother Josh Adams here.
Yeah, so far they're making some decent ground, and they got Frankenfield right behind them. Well, it continues to be a battle between Eidson and Enerson for the lead of this race.
Third lane's getting up there now. They're right on the coattails of Jonathan Cutlip.
Yeah, they're moving, but they need another car or two to really keep them up there. You see, they're already starting to fall apart. You see Frankenfield starting to fall back about 2 cars. Well, that's not going to help them, but Crump and Adams doing a great job. Look at that. Just despite the lack of help, they are almost making it 3 wide for the lead.
Like the little train that could, only 2 cars needed. Really, I think they were going too quick for Chad to stay up there with his little bit of damage he might still have. Dustin Dewar's going to jump out and support, and that's going to pull Chad back up, but They're up to the second car on that outside line.
Yeah, absolutely crucial for Dustin to jump up and take over that gap in between Crump and Frankenfield.
RC's going to jump out to the third lane and take control of it.
Yeah, that's a bold choice. You see Adams having to lift off just a little bit to avoid turning the 50. And that's going to cost them a lot of speed. Hasn't killed the line yet, but sure as heck didn't help.
Yeah, I think it might have just officially got to that point. Everybody's kind of dissipating up there. They might be trying to rebuild something, but that's kind of one thing that's always tricky, especially somebody who's trying to throw a block. When they have such a huge run like that, you want to get up there and take control of it, but at the end of the day, you might put yourself in a situation like RC just did, because nobody's really expecting it.
Yeah, if you wind up just shooting yourself in the foot, because look at that, they have lost all pace. He went from controlling this race to outside the top 10 because of that move. The opposite of Scott Crump, the third lane falling apart from something that he did in fact do.
Yeah, they're all gonna shuffle into the bottom or the middle lane there, so that's gonna leave RC falling back to probably about 20th here, if not a little further, as there's not many gaps there for him to jump into.
Not many gaps and not that many laps until the end of the stage. We got 3 laps to go here in stage 1. The race is back.
Traffic.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh, they're wrecking!
Got a car going down and down it! Oh, and it's another big one! The Andrew Wrecker. And that's gonna end the stage. And, just like what happened to him earlier, he got the wall, wasn't able to gather it up as well, came down into the 20 of Higgins, and then nowhere for Jacob Adams to go, plows into the 60, damage for Wrecker as well. Scott Crump doing an amazing job being able to check up in time. Tally already going to the 60. Man, we got to take a look at the in-car of Scott Crump. That was incredible from the 90.
A lot of faith in the car behind him, too, obviously, to check up like that.
You see, it looked like he himself got some damage, and look at that. Oh.
He's just right there in the bird's nest, just trying to hope that nobody flies in and hits him from the left side. He's leaning on the wall as much as he can. He's able to get it slowed down.
My goodness me. While we're watching the replay, gonna go ahead and take you through what's gonna be the results of the stage. It's gonna be Trey Eidson, stage winner, with David Tooker, Josh Adams, Tyler Fody, and Jonathan Cutler rounding out the top 5. Gerald Campbell, Harrison Talon, Blake Reynolds coming from pit lane start to get the stage points. Brian Borges and Alate Norgard will round out your stage points earners. And we're going to go ahead and take an opportunity to get another break in, and we will be back shortly.
Tickets are on sale now for the 10th Bomarito Automotive Group 500 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Sunday, June 7th features 3 huge races. The USAC Classic, Firestone Indy Next, and the only Sunday night prime time NTT IndyCar Series race. Enjoy a weekend of cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. The stars of the Indy 500 are coming to St. Louis. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Looking for a heck of a deal? You'll find it at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Right now, over $4,000 off 2025 Escapes, $2,500 off 2025 Broncos, and over $5,000 off select new 2025 F-150s. And the best part, every one of them comes with a Bolin lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Big savings, long-term peace of mind, all in one place. Tom Bolin Ford Hannibal, heck of a deal.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we are back, and you see a little bit of a shakeup here. Leighton Norgard now your race leader. As we take a look at the graphic to see who did what. Fuel only for Norgard, meanwhile a whole lot of 4-tire calls. Took her taking 2 tires. Honestly, a lot more 4-tire stops than I would have expected.
Yeah, especially for a place like Daytona where tire wear doesn't really affect too much on the handling wise of these guys, maybe unless you're really deep on a tire run and you're trying to move from the third lane to the bottom or the outside very quickly. But these guys maybe just want to play it safe.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember the last time I took 4 tires at a plate track. I'm always trying to save fuel so I can create some track position for myself, just taking fuel only, just like what a Leighton Norgard did. So we'll see if that strategy changes throughout the race as the pace car makes a hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Leighton Norgard will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go, and we are back underway at Daytona. A great jump from Eitzen, able to stay alongside of Leighton Norgard. We do not see this on the restart all that often, Ty.
Yeah, especially not from the outside lane when the leader's on the bottom. 2 teammates working really good together on the outside. Leighton Norgard, a fellow Toyota for David Tooker on the bottom. These guys are holding pretty strong right now.
Yeah, we got another shift forward up there right behind his teammates. So Ryan Borges, it's 1-2-3 shift esports on the outside lane. Great running for Seth and the boys right now.
They're going to be a pretty hard trio to pass here, especially if they can maintain all 3 of them on the outside or even get one down to the inside. When you've got a bunch of teammates up here like that that can work together and maintain everything, if they can do it right, they can be a force.
Absolutely. We can expect the conveyor belt to start pretty quickly here, but Norgard fighting back on that inside. See took her right behind him, giving a little bit of a wiggle as he's trying to shove the 12 through.
Both of these lanes have kind of put a little bit of a gap to the third car behind them of how hard they're working together trying to maintain control. The third lane is maybe starting to try to form again. Matthew Weeks up there on the outside of Seth Rawls trying to make it work. Nobody behind him really besides Jesse Racimus, and a little bit of a gap down there on the inside.
See, Tommy Ryan jumps to the outside. Looks like Seth Rawls going to join him. A few others as well. Oh, we're getting a lot of migration to that third lane right now. You see Frank Fody jump to the top and then jump back down.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations, maybe thought of how big the run that Tommy Ryan was going to have right there, and if he jumps in front of that, he puts himself in a position to get wrecked. So maybe a good call there for Frank.
Yeah, we thought, oh, contact between Frank Fody and I think Gerald Campbell on the inside. Could have been caution number 4, but we stay clean and green. Both guys able to gather it back up.
Outside lane has a lot more cars to it. Seth Rawls with help from Matthew Weeks, Jesse Racimus, Dustin Dewar going to hop in the back there. They're going to be about 5 cars deep, and if we saw 2 cars work as good as it did, I can imagine that 5 is going to be even better.
You hope so at any rate if you're one of those cars on that third lane. While no big change up front, it's still Eidson versus Norgard. But Tommy Ryan getting closer and closer to joining this battle. Making it 3 wide for third, about to be 3 wide for the lead. The third lane is here.
Layton's going to surge out in front. Third lane's going to die just a little bit. It looks like they're going to get... I think they actually lost some help there. I think somebody tucked in there, unless I'm wrong. No, they still have all 5, so R.C. Anderson's trying to get to the back of it. I think that's also the 14 of Casey Hatch, but right now that middle's fighting back. They were a little bit gapped. I think that third line might be pulling that middle lane back just a little bit.
Yeah, see the side trap. It feels like it's starting to wreak some havoc on that middle lane, and that is a big advantage for the inside. But here comes Eidson back. They got the momentum, and Eidson's got the lap lead. And let me tell you, these cars are not easy to drive at Daytona 3 wide like this. Like, some of the most scared I've been on this surface was 3 wide outside here at Daytona in an Xfinity car. It feels like you are on the edge, and the slightest little thing is going to send you flying to Miami.
Especially if you're in that middle lane and you're in the position that maybe Brian Borges or Jonathan Cutlip are in. You have so much air moving around you. You have air packing on the spoiler, air on the left, air on the right. As we see Josh Adams take the run on his teammate to get to that third lane. Now they're controlling 2 of them. That's going to be a huge run for Tommy Ryan and Josh Adams. He might be able to get clear back down in front of his teammate, and does.
Yeah, that worked out perfectly for Adams to get the move done, getting in front of his teammate. Also might have destabilized that third lane just a bit.
They're going to have a run here. He's going to get just in front of Leighton Norgard. Not quite clear, but he's there now.
You see him making the move, jumping to take control of this inside lane. So that's 2 lanes under control by Schiff, with Seth Rawls trying to figure out how he can ditch that 66 and take control of the third lane. Oh, talent starting to blink again. Oh dear, oh my. Blinking in the middle of 3 wide at Daytona. That is recipe for disaster.
Oh yeah, especially, I mean, when you're 3 wide, it's kind of a gridlock. Unless you're one of those cars at the front, you already feel a little bit panicked. And when you're somebody that's around a car that's blinking and you cannot go anywhere except unless you want to drop, you do not feel good. You feel probably pretty sick to your stomach.
Yeah, you're doing the sign of the cross, getting your last will and testimony together because you're expecting to die at this point. Any
And there's a
little
lap car.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Lapping Jacob Adams. Oh boy.
Clapper knows
Oh.
the brakes. Everybody seems to be getting. That was hectic for a second. I thought for sure it looked like the that middle lane there, Ryan Borges was going to be all out of shape, but he's able to hang on to it. Jacob Adams might be able to join the flow of the field here. He does not have a hood on that thing. It's not aerodynamically sound by any means.
Who says he can't go 4 wide at Daytona? Ha ha ha. Please no one try to recreate that.
I believe
But
most gambling agencies would tell you that you should not.
But meanwhile, Ty, you see, that absolutely eliminated the third lane. We are back to 2 wide.
All of that momentum that was on that outside lane, everybody probably had to lift because they were terrified. As we see Ray Racing with a huge move out there. I thought he was going to go to the outside wall. I don't know if that was contact that led him there or not. Tommy Ryan, Dustin Dewar trying to get the third lane rolling once again. I think Bojo's trying to be a part of that.
Yeah, the Catman getting squirrely right there.
Cutlip out to the outside lane, going to leave the two shifty mates. Oh, Anderson a little bit wiggly. Something we've seen out of him, quite frankly, a lot tonight. I don't know if he's not comfortable or what's going on, but some big wiggles out of that 50 car.
Absolutely, but we stay clean and green for now.
Oh, he tagged the outside wall right in front of Blake Reynolds.
Yeah, the intensity's really starting to ratchet up, and we're not even halfway through the second stage. But yeah, it's crazy, Ty. Just as quickly as that third lane fell apart, it's back together. Meanwhile, you see Blake Reynolds wiggling the car back and forth like he's running out of gas. Not sure what Blake's doing.
Yeah, I noticed that a couple laps ago. It's been an ongoing thing. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. As somebody who would be around him, I'd be a little bit annoyed if he lost control of that thing. But right now, side by side for the lead, 3 wide. Leighton Norgard providing support for Josh Adams, Ryan Borges for Trey Eidson, and Tommy Ryan and Jonathan Cutlip on that outside.
They're doing a great job keeping up with only 4 cars. Got a little bit of cavalry coming with Enerson, Reynolds, and Andrew Rucker. Tommy Ryan reporting some temp issues. That's another thing that you have to worry about out if you're pushing is the temperature.
If you're on that third lane, if you're on the inside and you're not 3 wide, you can maybe get a little bit of a gap. The car in front, if you let them know that you're running hot, they'll give you some air. But on that third lane, it's the car inside and it's the wall. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, we saw it play a major factor in everything in the development series race last Tuesday. Xfinity car not quite as bad, but it definitely gets bad. And that's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on, especially when we get to the closing laps of this race where people are going to be pushing and throw 2 sheets to the wind. And when that car goes, if it's on the outside lane, disaster. Meanwhile,
Keep it involved, but they got a huge run now. They're back up here.
and there are only 3 cars now. But here comes Chris Wright getting his way back up here. The former play-by-play man for the Grand National Series back in the fray as a driver and trying to help get this third lane back up to the front.
Right now, it looks like Trey was considering a move to that third lane. Maybe, I think that's the biggest thing right now for these guys that are on the third lane. If you lose your gap, you want somebody to get in front of you. That way, the car behind you can ease up and cool down, and then there's a little bit of a rotation of fresh air. But when they're staggered like this and there's not a whole lot of movement, it's the last thing you want to see.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're getting a little squiggly up here. Middle lane was both those front cars were a little close to the outside. Side draft is definitely starting to pick up. These guys got about 15 laps left in the stage here.
Oh no, it sounds like we're going to be dealing with another lap car coming up. Oh boy. Matthew Weeks wants to sleep, so he's going to make everyone sleep by taking it 4 wide. Let's see Jay Connor doing the smart thing, getting out of the way. We thank you, Jay.
Meanwhile, that third lane is dissipated down to 2 cars right now. There's not a whole lot out there. We know that 2 cars can maintain, but I would have to imagine Tommy Ryan is still fighting temp issues. It's probably never really cooled down for him.
Yeah, with where he is, it's not going to be able to cool down all that easy. It's something he's going to have to hardcore manage for the rest of this green flag run, however long it lasts.
Which I feel like it's probably not going to be too much longer, but that's just my gut feeling.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Oh, it almost needed it right there. A little bit of a contact between the late Norgard, Trey Eidson. That inside lane's going to pull. Just we talked about how quick the outside lane broke down. Now they've got 5, about to be 6 cars up there.
Oh, and see a little bit of a wiggle from Adams again as well. Third lane starting to lose a little bit of energy here. Cutlip's falling down to about 3rd, and oh no, they're gonna catch Jacob Adams again. Jacob is not going down. Oh boy. It looks like the 3 wides couldn't clear in time.
That is
worked
a
out
that knows its rights.
Yeah, and it worked out as bad as well as it could have. A lot less terrifying than when they caught him in exit 2.
Third lane demolished a little bit there with that, but now they're bringing it right back. Blake Reynolds is still wiggling the car. I'm unsure as to what is going on, but he hasn't spun yet, so I guess keep doing it.
He might be bored sitting in this this pack of cars that aren't really going anywhere, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean, that could definitely be a factor, but I would value the car being alive and solving my boredom. Right now, Jonathan Cutlip down to the 2nd line. He's going to lead it.
And that's going to be music to the ears of Tommy Ryan's engine, as now he's going to get some serious, cool, clean air on the front of that 6-6. Hopefully it'll help that temperature issue.
Open the door for Scott Crump, give some more pushes there. We saw how good he was at first with the lapper that they just passed, Jacob Adams. They were getting that outside lane rolling. A little bit of support from Blake Reynolds and Ray Bracey.
Scott Crump, of course, knows how to get it done at these plate tracks. Winner of Talladega last season, winner of Duel 1 for the Belly Up Cup Series last week.
Ooh, Cutlip, that was close.
Oh. Big wiggle from the 22 of Adams. I think he might have gotten a shove from Norgard entering the corner. Near disaster again, but we gather it up. Now Tommy Ryan's gonna edge out in front, take the lead of this race. Pole sitter back out in front. And we're on 10 laps to go in stage number 2.
It's always one of the risks you make when you make that move to down to the lower lane, and you kind of take the eyes away from the second car in line that was there. He's just going to give the shove and not know. Josh Adams out to the outside lane in front of his two teammates. That's going to take the lead away from Cutlip. Huge momentum there for Josh.
Yeah, a perfect push from Eitzen to get Adams back out in front of the inside.
Ooh, Dusty Dewar, a lot of movement there. That almost was big.
Yeah. Anytime you see one of these cars make such an exaggerated move like that, your heart always skips a beat, because most of the time you see a move like that. Oh, now we got caught in the wall. Ray Bracey. Oh, Reagan again. Frankenfield, Anderson, Phillips.
Weeks involved. Rucker involved again. Casey Hatch.
I think Chris Wright as well. He's on the grass at least.
Get a replay of what happened there for you. Bojo got to the wall. Yeah, Ray Bracey tagged to the outside wall. It looked like it kicked off. He followed Blake Reynolds right into it too.
Yeah, nothing Frankenfield can do right there. Put the memes away. Just gets the contact from the 07, knocks him down the track. You see an incredible job avoiding that from Seth Rawls. So you see JP Phillips getting turned back up the wall to the outside wall again. Oh, and RC Enerson coming out of nowhere, making big contact to the 15. That's going to be probably some significant damage on the 50 car.
Yeah, RC has meatball.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for RC.
I'd imagine probably just about near the same for Chad Frankenfield with where he got hit there.
Yeah, Chad having trouble getting it back to the pits, so we'll see how much repair time the 15 is going to have to deal with. See Casey Hatch. And honestly, not that bad for the 14. A slick little move, hitting the brakes and just kind of sliding out. Saw Weeks plow into Rucker.
I mean, you talked about it earlier. Seth Rawls, though, that's a heck of a job to know that if you check up, you're going to get wrecked, probably. So he put him on the dash and had to keep the foot down, and it worked.
Yeah, shoot the curl for the 25, making it through unscathed. And yep, tally going to the 07 of Ray Bracey.
How bad it was for the Matthew Weeks machine. It probably was a little late for him. Yeah, he's checking up, doing his best.
Yeah, that is a hard hit into the Mustang and Rucker. No meatball, surprisingly, but I can't imagine that car is all right.
Yeah, but front end looks okay.
But we're going to go ahead and take another quick break, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Tickets are on sale now for the 10th Bomarito Automotive Group 500 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Sunday, June 7th features 3 huge races. The USAC Classic, Firestone Indy next, and the only Sunday night prime time NTT IndyCar Series race. Enjoy a weekend of cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. The stars of the Indy 500 are coming to St. Louis. Get your tickets now and save big at www.raceway.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Looking for a heck of a deal? You'll find it at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Right now, over $4,000 off 2025 Escapes, $2,500 off 2025 Broncos, and over $5,000 off select new 2025 F-150s. And the best part? Every one of them comes with a Bolin lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Big savings, long-term peace of mind, all in one place. Tom Bolin Ford Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Looking for a heck of a deal? You'll find it at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Right now, over $4,000 off 2025 Escapes, $2,500 off 2025 Broncos, and over $5,000 off select new 2025 F-150s. And the best part? Every one of them comes with a Bolin lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Big savings, long-term peace of mind, all in one place. Tom Bolin Ford Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
We are back. We are just about to get back going here. Got a shift row once again. Gonna have 4 laps to go in the stage as the pace car makes a hard left-hand turn on a pit road. Josh Adams will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means go. We are back underway at Daytona. Not that great of a jump for Eidson. Surprised the Shift Boys didn't try to set up an okie dokie here. But actually, this is working out even better since Ryan Borges is right there behind Eidson on that outside. It's going to make it real tough for everyone to try to get by these shift cars.
Yeah, the inside line really didn't get a great start. Oh, we're wrecking!
Oh no, we got a car in the wall. It's Jeff Ryan, and the caution is out, and that's going to end the stage. Ryan into Blake Reynolds. And I think JP Phillip, I think it might have been the opposite. I think Chad might have got hit himself. I don't know. Or, okay, maybe not. Never mind.
Not right, Raggy.
Ooh. Oh, yep. Yeah, that was, don't know why I was watching that first. More damage for the 15. The 3 of Jeff Ryan is going to be getting his second and final tally for the causing this one. Scene, blam! Oh my goodness! JP Phillips is not going to be able to sit properly for a week after that hit.
Kind of a weird situation there. I know everybody was probably shuffling for the restart, which is what I could imagine happened, but inside line didn't go. Saw the outside lane kind of form with Tyler Fody trying to make it work, and everybody in that chaos kind of shuffled out.
So, let's see, on board with 84 Rob Mooney here.
Oh, yeah. Or an innocent bystander.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for Moons.
Second tally on the number 3.
All right, well, it's going to do it for him unless he's going to appeal it here, which we do have, I believe, the new appeal system in effect this season.
Yep, they only get 2 failed appeals. They can appeal it as many times as they want. They keep it if it's successful and lose it. 2 lost.
So I have to see what he's going to choose here. So he's going to get it to pit road for service at the least.
I suggested naming the rule after someone. He said we could.
Oh, really? Man. Well, I feel like if it gets used and, you know, he loses his appeals before a certain point, that we should maybe name it after him afterwards. So that's going to do the stage, I believe. I think everybody in the top 10 is going to keep their spots here.
Few in the top 10 did bring it down to pit road. So, as it stands, Josh Adams is the winner of the stage. As they continue to roast Chad over the radio chatter.
Yeah, I've been there before. You make a couple mistakes, and one of them is pretty bad, but I think a lot of it, too, is that, you know, it's the person they're picking on. Everybody looks for a reason to pick on Chad, and when you give him one, it's not going anywhere, but something we've talked about Seth trying to do and not getting to do until right now. Right now, he's got his drivers in front of him. Obviously, Seth, not quite a shift car. He's a Seth Rawls racing car, but still up there with his fellows.
So this is the looks like the final results for the stage. Wasn't able to quite read that quick enough.
Everybody in the top 10 is that was the points. Nothing really changed there for them. Josh Adams going to take the bottom. His teammate Ryan Borges behind him. Trey Eitzen on the outside with Seth Rawls behind him. Tyler Fody, Jonathan Cutlip going to be in that third row.
Now we got 60 laps of focusing forward for that final lap. No more stages to deal with tonight.
Two ways that this can kind of play out. Now, obviously, the points for this part of the race, this early part, are dealt out. So we might see guys calm down, or we might see guys that are looking at that lap ticker and thinking the opposite. They got halfway through. They want to put themselves in a good position. So I think it might die down for a little bit, and then it's going to pick right back up. Look at the lap leaders. Josh Adams led 25 so far. Trey Eitzen 15. Tommy Ryan 8. Right now it's a Shifty Sports dominated lap lead total.
And the biggest movers right now is also Seth Rawls, getting himself up into P4. And more jokes over radio chat as we see the pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Josh Adams will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means going. We are back underway at Daytona. See, even start for the four teammates. They got Cutlip and Tyler Fody right behind them.
Lines are a lot more spaced out than they have been on these restarts, so there's going to be some big runs on that inside and outside lane.
Yeah, which means we're going to probably get a big stack up here as you see Tommy Ryan jump down to fill that gap on the inside. So far still side by side. The one looking to really get that third lane going like what we saw for most of the first two stages.
Everybody seems to be pretty calm for the time being. I think this is just everybody realizing that there's not a whole lot to race for right now. Maybe trying to wait until they can make it to the end on gas, save a little. That's something that I don't think we touched on as a specific fuel number for these guys, but they are probably going to try to make it in one stop if they can. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I feel like he should probably be able to get a one stop going fairly easily, except if there's some of those that stayed out, like the shift cars. That's the nerve-wracking thing if you're one of those Fords is the how much fuel you have left when staying out trying to hold on to that track position. So they're really hoping that we get another, whoa, a big maneuver from Blake Reynolds. Mother of mercy, jumping right down in front of teammate Mikolajczyk.
And we saw that wiggle that we've been talking about from him all night after that. I don't know if that's something, I'm still trying to figure out what that is, and I have no clue. And it's racking my brain right now.
I think he just wanted to shake his butt in front of teammate Paul Mikolajczyk.
Knowing Paul, he's probably like that.
Knowing Paul, he probably asked him to do that.
Yeah, it's right now. Shifty Sports teammates out in front, all four of them. Well, technically, it's set as a shift car, but we'll count it. Jonathan Cutlip, Tommy Ryan on the inside, Scott Crump, Tyler Cody on the outside. These guys have taken it from about a 10 to a 6. So, third lane maybe looking to form there. I think that's Gerald Campbell.
Yeah, I think considering since we all know Seth is the owner of Shift Esports, that we're good at calling him a Ford shift car.
Yeah.
More Chad shenanigans. As we continue to turn laps here.
Not too much movement really going on besides the guys up front pushing and shoving to get the lanes moving. That's right.
Yeah.
As I say that, Tate Lytle, I don't know if he got shoved out or if he moved out, but he's got a whole lot of momentum. Going to get to the outside of Gavin Higgins. Here comes Dustin Dewar to provide support on that third lane.
Yeah, there was a little bit of side-by-side contact with Tate and Higgins going down the back straightaway, which is what ended up shooting the 56 out of the line. Apparently, Harrison Talon has lost some draft.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Harry, no.
Yeah, he's a little bit
Well,
light.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to need an industrial vacuum cleaner to get back up there, Harry. I'm sorry.
oh, poor Harrison Talon.
Tate's kind of right now in a life gives you lemon situation. Going to that outside lane, I don't know if he wanted to really be there, but Dusty Dewar, he saw him go out there and he's going to stick it. Tyler Cody's going to go out there and try to pull him. Scott Crump, there's Blake Norman. 3-man front right there.
Meanwhile, to clean up some of the loose ends from the cautions, it looks like David Tooker and R.C. Emerson are both out of this race. And then you have Jesse Racimus, Austin Anabnit, Rob Mooney, 1 lap down. Phillips, 2 laps down. Jacob Adams, 3 laps down. as we are 3 wide for the lead. Here comes the Lake Norman boys, finally flexing their muscle. Bodie, Crump, and Lytle leading that third lane.
First time we've really seen a fight for these shift cars as far as teamwork goes.
Yeah, and if you followed any sort of elite racing league event, you know these Lake Norman cars know how to work with each other.
Dead even down the back straightaway. Little bit of a pull off for the bottom lane. I was going to say I would not be surprised to see Trey Eidson drop. Tyler Fode's going to do the same. He's going to go from the third lane to the bottom. That's going to leave Seth Rawls right in that sucker hole in the middle.
Yeah, now this is absolutely worst case scenario for the field. It was Lake Norman car leading every line, but Fode jumps back in front of Crump to lead this lap. Under complete control of this race.
Shift just did the best thing they can do right now. You've got those 3 Lake Norman cars that are up here now. There's no point controlling both lanes because, you know, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be them. Get all 4 of your cars in a line. Try to see if you can work something together. Get a run. Get some momentum. And get back in control of this thing.
Also, the Ryan is appealing one of his tallies, so Jeff is currently still in the race right now, 5 laps down.
Which,
Almost.
from a driver's standpoint, I can understand it, but I think when you go back and you look at the
Oh boy!
Oh, no.
Oh, the lap of Jacob Adams. We got cars on the wall, door and right. But we stayed clean and green somehow so far.
I can understand it the first time. The second time's whatever, but when you know that you're damaged and you're not going to catch the pack and you're not going to be able to stay with them, I don't know why you would do that over and over again.
I agree, especially when you see Jeff Ryan, who's on the apron, getting out of the way. When Jeff really can't afford to lose any more laps, he's now 6 laps down, 1 more, and he's officially done for the day. Tally, no tally. See Ray Bracey stuck behind the ailing 28 car, and just like what we saw earlier in the race, that has completely erased the third lane, and he has even kind of separated the packs a little bit. We have a second pack that is working hard, trying to not lose the lead draft.
Yeah, and I can't imagine if you're somebody that's in that second pack that just lost it. I mean, Ray Bracey was sitting behind Jacob Adams for a good bit there. I mean, you're not happy. That's something that's, pardon my French, pretty dumb. It's not even French, but, you know, I don't like to be this judgmental of certain things, but that was stupid.
Oui, oui, monsieur. It looks like that second pack is starting to get back there, though. But now we kind of have a third pack behind this middle pack. They've caught the draft, but now the third still trying to hope that they can get back in the fray. Meanwhile, we are 3, sorry to cut you off, Ty, but we are 3 wide for the lead. 3 wide, 2 by 2. Tommy Ryan on that outside. Yeah, so far it's just Ryan and Dorr up in that third lane. See a little bit of a wiggle from Dom right in the middle. Meanwhile, it looks like everyone has caught back up. The only lead lap car that has lost the draft is for Harrison Talon.
Ooh, Tyler Fode to the outside of Scott Crump. Probably just getting some air there. I'm sure that's what's going on with the way that they've been working together all race long. Back down to the bottom in front of Scott.
Yep, conveyor belt action continues. And now Crump making the jump to the middle.
Oh, third lane closing up.
That they are. Good run for Ryan there on the outside. See no real big change as of yet. But there's Andrew Rucker joining the third lane.
Blake Reynolds really making his first appearance inside the top 4 or 5 of a lane so far.
Yeah, no more wiggling around for the 86. So now the third lane starting to drop off just a little bit here.
They're kind of just grasping for some side draft from what it looks like. That's what's kind of keeping them there. They need a surge of momentum somewhere. Oh, Dusty, that's not going to be good for that outside line.
Speaking of surge of momentum, a huge surge from Tate Lytle to Crump to get him out in front of the inside again.
It's going to put Dominic Wright out front of the second lane momentarily. He's going to go to the third lane, chooses better of it.
Yeah, Dom Wright, one of our co-race control men for the Belly Up Cup Series, has found his way up here in the front, battling for this win. Oh, and it sounds like the shift cars are going to be bringing it down this time. They have not gotten the caution they've needed. So now they're going to hope that they can get 45 laps, and I don't think they're going to be able to do that. So they are still needing that caution. Just, bit of a wiggle for Josh Adams. He made some contact with the grass getting down onto pit road.
Oh, no. Bad to worse. Trey Eidson, Josh Adams, black flags for both of them.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Just when it seemed like Shift could do no wrong, now they've done no right. Well, now they really need that caution.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something that you kind of have to take a risk with. Is right now we got 3 wide for the lead. Once again, huge push from Jonathan Cutliff to Tommy Ryan. They're going to clear to the second lane. Gavin Higgins up into the fray. It's just one of those calculated risks you kind of have to take as the track position at places like this, and especially when they wreck that often, you kind of want them to wreck again, and then it just never falls your way. So bad luck there for those guys.
Yeah. You know, something that I've always kind of noticed at plate tracks, because like you see, there's a massive shakeup here with Higgins leading the outside, Ryan leading the middle, and that all happened while the camera was away from the lead pack looking at something else. It feels like this happens a lot in plate tracks. Like, I can't tell you how many times watching real life races, they go to commercial and they come back, you're like, oh no, Tate Lytle gets turned. Oh, what a save by Tate. He's going around, but how in the world did he not go back up in front of the field? Tate Lytle dirt tracking through the grass. He holds onto it. Holy crackers, they have monster trucking. Get the Dukes of Hazzard theme going. Good God.
That was absolutely insane. I would have to imagine that he would be flying pretty hard into that inside wall. He's able to fight it, not go into the field. He's pointed at the inside wall there for probably about a second and a half and rallies it right back. What a save.
Real. Wow. Tate is probably very unhappy right now, but at least he looked cool doing it.
Yeah, that's pretty generational. I cannot lie. That if Elite had a TikTok, that would be up there. That is generational.
Unbelievable.
Just back out front, live. Tyler Pop, Blake Reynolds on the third lane. Not much of one right now. As Blake starts to tuck in, decides not to. They're passing.
Oh, and here comes Jacob Adams again. Jacob Adams, I believe, is going to be 6 laps down now. Hard to tell. We'll wait to see what it says when they get back to the line. But meanwhile, Dominic Wright out in front of this race, battling for the lead with Tyler Fody.
They're going to get pretty side by side here with that run on the bottom.
Semi-retired 40 car trying to get himself another plate win, and he's going to get himself another lap led.
You saw with the shift cars having to pit. Makes me wonder about how soon we're going to see these guys have to start coming down pit road with about 39 to go.
See Reynolds trying to get the third lane going again. He's got Dorr behind him. As Fody drops down to the inside.
These guys are spacing out pretty wide. I would have to imagine we're getting close, maybe trying to save a little bit extra fuel. You see Seth Rawls there in the middle of that pack. Somebody who is unfortunately a lap down right now.
Yeah, if you've been kind of trapped in that mid-pack, I hope that you're saving fuel. You know, that when it comes to these races, that is always my go-to strategy. Try to run in the middle of the pack, save as much fuel as you can, so that way when you bring it down for that final stop, you're having to take less fuel than everyone else, and you end up manufacturing some track position for yourself that way. Easiest place to pass people is on pit road, after all.
On the other end of that, I think if you're somebody who didn't save fuel and you come down and you have a mistake like we saw the 27 and the 22 have, that's the exact opposite. You kind of hope that people have mistakes. So we're seeing both ways that could play out for these guys tonight. Right now, Blake Reynolds, Dustin Dewar fighting still hard on that outside lane. Tyler Pop decided to join the middle lane there, so he gave up on it for the time being. But Blake Reynolds, Dustin Dewar, they have not, and they're hanging on.
Yeah, they are joining Harrison Talent and doing the caution dance. Meanwhile, it's Cutlip and Fody battling for the lead of this race. Like getting closer, but not close enough.
Actually, surprisingly, a really big run for those guys. They went from the outside of Michael Hosick all the way to the outside of Scott Crump.
Yeah, Dora doing a great job pushing that 86 forward. But you have to wonder how much damage is he doing to his temp gauges. 32 is probably starting to get a little orange here.
Yeah, he backed it off way quick there. So Dustin Dewar close to blowing up. And even if you don't blow it up and you think, oh man, I missed it, the more that you put that temp gauge and you see it go red and come back, you're not killing the car, but you're slowly killing it because it'll wear it out.
There's Cutlip. He jumps to the outside. Kind of slowed up the momentum of the third lane. see, here comes Crump with a great shove from Tyler Pop. Crump now in front.
Open up that third lane, getting in front of Blake Reynolds. It's working pretty good for him. I'd say that they've probably maintained where Blake really would have been if the 32 machine didn't get all that hot. Cutlip's actually going to nose his way in front of Scott Crump. I think that lap goes to Jonathan Cutlip.
Yeah, teammates working together perfectly here.
Oh, we're getting tight on each other here.
Whoa, you saw the 24 dart up just a bit.
We're not even done with pit stops yet, and the anticipation of this thing getting close to the end with 34 to go is picking up big time.
Absolutely. Anticipation, intensity, anxiety, any word you want to use.
They all fit.
I think we...
Oh no!
There, connection issues for right, and that's causing a big crash in the back. Cars all over the front stretch grass, and we stay green.
That was absolutely just a conga line. When Dominic Wright blinked, everybody in that line lifted, except for a couple, and they got stuck together there. Ryan Borges, one of them.
Yeah, that is a huge shakeup. See the 43 gone, reappears right in front of Tommy Ryan. It just causes a huge stack up. See Borges going through the infield grass. And we are not going to be getting a caution, so this is really shaking up the field.
Michael Hosick, somebody who was in the middle, probably just right there towards the end of the top 10. He's actually leading that outside lane right now. Some help from Dustin Dewar. Here comes Jonathan Cutlip. Blake Reynolds trying to still make it work.
As you see a big move. Whoa! Crump getting sideways. Not sure what happened. Didn't look like he got a bump, but having to make a huge save.
Cutlip with a huge wiggle.
Yeah, I got a huge shove from Dorr. Oh, it's starting to get absolutely crazy right now.
And to think that we're not even... Oh, Blake Reynolds with a move. He got... Golly, we're not even done with pit stops, fellas.
Oh, we might be getting that caution. This has helped a lot of cars catch back up. Gavin Hibbs has been shoving Ray Bracey. He's going to get them back in the lead pack. As we got... Oh, no! Jeffrey! Oh, my goodness me! Oh, it anyways! Oh, my Lord! What in the world just happened down the back straightaway, ladies and gentlemen? What the heck?
That Jeff Green machine, which it is Jeff Green. There's no numbers on it. You don't see anything. It is Jeff Green. Harrison Talon there. What in the world? Oh, no.
What just happened? Contact between Green and Harry.
So that obviously happens there, and I think Jeff Green trying to save it. Oh my goodness. Chad Frankenfield. I think that's Chad. Can we go on board with him in just a second, Dave, to see the speed difference? Because I think Chad Frankenfield might have just almost lost everything. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I mean, oh gee golly gosh. I mean, because he's seeing moves and he's trying to find the right one. And he's looking to the right. He's not looking to the left because everything that is in front of him is what he needs to be looking at. And then out of nowhere from left field, he doesn't see it. Jeff Green's there. Oh my goodness.
Jeff Green jump scare.
We almost had a Sonic running out of coins moment there for Chad Frankenfield. That would have been really bad.
Oh, man.
I mean, obviously Andrew Rucker involved, Gavin Higgins with some damage. We saw Leighton Norgard with no hood on that machine. Dustin Dewar, who's been up front all night long.
Yeah, you see Rucker making that evasive maneuver, kind of loses it, goes back down into the 32 and the 20 and the 90.
Cannot. Seth Rawls again. If he's running out of luck, I think we're getting close to it. Another run for him where he kind of has to make a game time decision on what to do, and he's just barely able to sneak by this.
Oh,
I mean, I thought he was getting left hooked there by the rear end of Dustin Dewar. Pit stop's happening, so good news is if you're not one of those guys that's damaged, you can make it to the end. The bad news is if you're towards the back of the field now, it's not really, there's no room to make it up on pit road. Now you're going to have to do it all out on the racetrack. See Tyler Fode. He's still your race leader, somebody who's been up front all race. Blake Reynolds, somebody who's worked his way to the front. Frankenfield has been involved in plenty of accidents. We saw him almost die. He's alive. Jonathan Cutlip, Tyler Pop.
I think we need to take a quick commercial break to catch our breath after that. We'll be back shortly, everybody.
Tickets are on sale now for the 10th Bomarito Automotive Group 500 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Sunday, June 7th features 3 huge races. The USAC Classic, Firestone Indy next, and the only Sunday night prime time NTT IndyCar Series race. Enjoy a weekend of cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. The stars of the Indy 500 are coming to St. Louis. Get your tickets now and save big at www.raceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Looking for a heck of a deal? You'll find it at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Right now, over $4,000 off 2025 Escapes, $2,500 off 2025 Broncos, and over $5,000 off select new 2025 F-150s. And the best part, every one of them comes with a Bolin lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Big savings, long-term peace of mind, all in one place. Tom Bolin Ford Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, we are back. We are just about ready to get back going here. Is everyone catching their breath from a wild trip down the back straightaway? You see the pace car making the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Tyler Fode will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means go, and we are back underway at Daytona. Oh, a big checkup from the inside. I don't think Tyler Pop got a good jump.
Put everything on the back end. Tyler Fode, huge for these guys, the momentum.
Bodie now in control of the inside. Cutler trying to drag the second line back up there.
Bodie with a huge surge off the nose of Blake Reynolds. Chad Frankenfield trying to provide some support for them. A little bit further back, Gerald Campbell, Dustin Dewar trying to make that third lane work. We've seen Dusty do it all night long.
As Crump looking to jump to the outside. Looks like Crump has some pretty significant damage on the front. You see the nose of that Camaro looks center punch. That's not a car you're going to want to lead any lane.
No, I think that's unfortunately going to make him, unless he's able to get a yellow and get some of that damage fixed. He's going to jump out front and try to lead. I don't know how well it's going to work for him, though.
Getting a good shove from his teammate Chris Wright. As Fody jumps back in front of Cutlip, controls the middle. Here comes Blake.
Oh, we're going to be 3 wide.
Yep, here we are. That damage doesn't seem to be messing him up too much.
On the bottom, though, Blake Reynolds is going to shove himself and Tyler Fody clear for the moment. Fody to the middle. Here comes Blake Reynolds with a huge push from Frankenfield.
Yeah, that 15 car has seen better days, but he is back up in the fray. Third lane starting to fall off just a bit. I wonder if the damage is starting to take its toll here.
Reynolds with a huge move. Out of 4 up to the nose of Fody, back down to the bottom. Fody with a huge push from Cutlip now.
Still, that third lane isn't going away. But Fody and Reynolds side by side down the back straightaway.
Scott Crump, I don't know how this is really working. That thing is beat up on the nose. He's still going to be side by side with Jonathan Cutlip just about as we head to 2, 3, and 4. Osick in the middle, going to get a little out of shape. He's going to park it on the door. Chad Frankenfield, that's going to open up the top side for him if he really wants it.
I tell you how it's working is because he's getting a great shove from Chris Wright, but that's, oh, caution! But I don't see anyone around. Oh, there's the 70.
Oh. Contact with Mooney.
Yeah, he gives a bump to the 84, which sends him down, and then Rob just kind of comes back up trying to save it. Not entirely sure what happened with that. That is a really strange wreck. Which is saying a lot considering some of the wrecks we've seen tonight. But yeah, we are back under yellow. Which is a huge boon to a lot of those that still have damage to get fixed. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and take another break, and we'll be back shortly.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th, and the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to www.raceway.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel.
Looking for a heck of a deal? You'll find it at Tom Bowlen Ford in Hannibal. Right now, over $4,000 off 2025 Escapes, $2,500 off 2025 Broncos, and over $5,000 off select new 2025 F-150s. And the best part, every one of them comes with a Bowlen lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Big savings, long-term peace of mind, all in one place. Tom Bowlen Ford Hannibal, heck of a deal.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th, and the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to www.raceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Alrighty, and we are back. Making our way down the back straightaway. We are going to have 20 laps to go when we finally get back going. And Ty, if the first 100 laps have been as crazy as they have been, just wait for these final 20.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of players that have been out of this race that are back up here now. You talk about Matthew Weeks. You look at Chris Wright, who hasn't really been up here. Kyle Hanshaw. You got Johnny Thomas in that 83 machine. Chad Frankenfield's up here now. There's a lot of new players and a lot of guys that are going to be hungry for this win.
Absolutely. And we'll see what these Wounded Warrior cars have, like the 90, the 15, the 11. Is amazing that Matthew Weeks is back up here.
Have to see if that car, I mean, we know it had a little bit of front end damage on it. It looks okay from when I'm looking at it, but we'll have to see exactly what that thing has left in it. I know the driver's capable. I'm just skeptical of the car right now.
Absolutely, as the pace car will make the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Tyler Fode will lead us to the restart zone. Green beans go, and we are back underway at Daytona. 20 to go to decide the season opener. An absolutely phenomenal restart from Jonathan Cutler, able to stay side by side with Tyler Fode all the way down into turn one. Let's see a little bit of movement from Frankenfield, getting a lot closer to the 24 than what I think he wanted to. See the tally going to Rob Mooney.
Osick all over the back bumper of that Jonathan Cutler machine, has not gone off of it. They made a huge run down the back straightaway, but right now Blake Reynolds all over the back bumper of Tyler Fode with a little bit of aero support from Chad Frankenfield. Fode's going to be clear to the outside lane.
Yep, and he's going to take that clearance. And oh, a big shove from Cutlip into Bodie. Got the 40 loose. And here comes Blake. Blake getting shoved by Frankenfield. As now here comes the third lane. Tommy Ryan jumps to the outside of Hossack. He's got Crump behind him.
Pole sitter not quite done with getting up front and leading laps here tonight. Scott Crump, though, that front end damage. I don't think he's going to be able to lead, especially up towards the front once he gets in clean air. But right now, he's doing a great job shoving. A little bit of support from Tate Lytle. Chad Frankenfield all the way back over Blake Reynolds on the bottom side.
Now, I will say I'm a bit worried for that 90 car because you have to imagine that the front end damage is not helping the temperatures all that much. We see that a lot of these cars on the surface suffer from temp issues when they get front end damage. So Crump might not be able to push as long as he would be able to if that car was fully good to go, no damage. So that's something we've got to keep an eye on here. See the 08 jump out of line, hit the wall, bounces off the wall again. We say green for now, but that is a bit nerve-wracking to see if you're towards the middle pack on back.
Donnie Thomas with a huge run down the middle. He's going to be right behind Michael Hossack. He can jump out and lead that third lane if he wants to. Gerald Campbell, somebody who we've seen towards the front, but not quite in the top 10. He's up here as well. And we got a yellow.
Crash in the back. Not sure who was involved. It might have been the 70 again, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's the 08 just comes down. Okay, so it was not Jesse or Seamus. Unfortunately, both of those cars look very similar. So it's good for Jesse that was incorrect. Yeah, just 08 just goes right down on the 22, knocks him down into the 95 of Gavin Hibbs. And then, oh, that's a hard hit.
Yeah.
Oh, nowhere. Yeah. The pit road mistake rears its ugly head for both cars.
I mean, Trey Eidson obviously going to get a piece of the 08 to Randy Oakham as well. And then you talk about somebody that we've seen quite a bit tonight, who I figured would have been out of the race by now. I could have swore he was 6 laps down at one point, but that's just me. Jacob Adams getting a piece of it as well.
Well, that was good damage repair for the 28.
Yeah. Fortunately, probably about half of that's gone back down the well. About 15 to go once we get back to the line. I would probably say 13 once we get back green. See the tally there to the 08.
Yep. As we all kind of figured it watching it. So you see us going through the field real quick. Top 10, Fody, Reynolds, Cutlip, Hossack, Frankenfield, Thomas, Pop, Campbell, Ryan, and Weeks. Yeah, gotta give more attention to Johnny Thomas here. I haven't called his name a whole lot till these last 5 laps when he has really thrown himself in the fray.
I mean, yeah, he started, let's see, Started 14th, so dropped to the back pretty quickly. Started just taking his time, getting back through the field, and he's making it known that he's up here now. I mean, he's been all over the lanes, going from the middle, trying to do some work there to try to get that lane moving forward. A lot of these guys that I'm thinking about with these yellows that we've had, we talked about how much damage that you can fix in a yellow, and we're up to 8 now. So those guys that were injured, or not injured, but the car was pretty beat up pretty quickly. You know, they're getting it fixed, and they're probably just about back up to full song here.
Yeah, like you said, if you were someone involved in those early accidents, you're really appreciating all these cautions to get that car fixed.
See JP Phillips, somebody who was up front right at the beginning of the race there. Some contact with his teammate after somebody, I believe it was actually his teammate that did get turned into him, unfortunately. But Paul Mikolajczyk, somebody with damage. Josh Adams talked about the pit road penalty that he had that put him back in that last yellow.
Randy Oakham still on pit road from this current caution. Jacob Adams actually doesn't look too worse for the wear, considering the damage he got in that incident and the damage he got from the earlier incidents.
Yeah. Took a Randy Oakham to the mouth, and he's still doing okay.
Hey?
Anyways. We are going to have, I believe, about 14 laps to go when we go back green.
See 25 lead changes. We're not quite done yet. I'm going to assume we're going to have probably about 10 or 12 more, if not more than that, by the time we get done with this thing.
Oh, yeah.
See Tyler Fody taking the bottom. Blake Reynolds up top. Johnny Thomas going to restart third on the outside. I think he's going to be somebody that we'll have to keep an eye on. Hasn't really been up front, but somebody who has a lot of experience. He's a 500 champion, I'm pretty sure. So a lot to keep our eyes on.
Absolutely. As the pace car makes a hard left-hand turn on a pit road, Tyler Fody will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go, and we are back underway at Daytona. Another great restart for the outside lane. Blake able to stay side by side with Fody. See all that momentum from the inside. Showing big right now, but here comes the momentum off of the high side.
Ooh.
Whoa, big shove from Hosick into Reynolds, getting that 86 sideways. As we see a whole lot of cars jumping out of line, we got that third line rolling now. Weeks leads, Tyler Pop jumps to the middle, jumps back to the inside. You know, that's caused a lot of destabilization through this field, if that's even a word.
Definitely some desyncs at least. Pop back up to the middle in front of Blake Reynolds. Got to get some clean air on that machine. Third lane still up there. Matthew Weeks, we talked about it. That car seems to be holding up just enough for him to be able to get out there with some help from Chris Wright.
Yeah,
oh, Cutlip, a big move.
Whoa! A huge move from Cutlip, taking over that middle. And he's getting shoved way out in front. Tyler Pop jumps to the inside now. Tyler Pop taking the lead of this race. What a move by the 13 car.
Huge pushes off the nose of Tyler Fody. Here comes one from Blake Reynolds to Jonathan Cutlip. Speaking of that, on the outside lane, Matthew Weeks with a huge run from Chris Wright. They're going to be up to the back bumper of Blake Reynolds.
Yeah, so far so good for the third lane, but you wonder how long they'll be able to do that. It's the difficulty of this third lane. You have to keep so much speed in it to stay alongside, and you're only going to get that speed from pushing. Well, you can only push for so long before kaboom.
Cutlip with another huge surge. Tyler Pop getting one of his own right now. Tyler Fode all over the back bumper of that Chevrolet.
Absolutely, he is. Saw Reynolds maybe considering a move to the top. Stays in line for now.
Ooh, they're getting close. Tyler Fode up into Jonathan Cutlip. They're going to keep it okay here. Tyler Pop with another huge push. Third line's getting a little bit paced.
Yeah, they're starting to lose some of those cars. It's not affecting the speed as of yet, but it's gonna. But a few more have joined the fray on that outside.
Whole lot of shuffling on that bottom.
And a whole lot of speed on the top. Weeks is just about there. 3 wide for the lead with 10 laps to go.
Dead
Look at that. Almost perfectly aligned. You can't get closer than this, folks at home.
Tyler Pop almost mugged down the back straightaway by both lanes. Cutlip with a huge surge, not quite clear. Matthew Weeks is starting to lose it just a little bit. It's going to clear Cutlip up to the outside if he wants it.
Yeah, they're starting to hit. Oh, we got Ford going down into the grass. Not sure what happened.
Hangs on
Tough
to it.
moment. Yeah, tough moment for the Great Biffle tribute car. As there is so much movement going on right now. This is terrifying.
Go time for all of these guys right now. Matthew Weeks starting to lose it. They've got 3 cars up there on that top side, so I would expect the momentum to fall off pretty soon here. Really just 2 right now. A huge gap back to Scott Crump.
Yeah, but just as you say that, it's closing up. Starting to get it going again. But you have to wonder what's it like in the engine of that 8 car? How long can Chris Wright stay like that?
Also worried about Tyler Fode. I feel like he's been all over the back bumper of Tyler Pop. He gets him a shove there, maybe give him a little bit of clean air, but Fode has been pretty much almost full pressure this whole time on the back of this 13.
Absolutely. See some gaps starting to form on the inside. Chad losing a little bit of connection with Fode. Johnny Thomas losing a little bit of connection with Hossack in the middle. Oh, as they continue to move, you saw a big wiggle from the 83 of Thomas. Gathers it up, no harm, no foul, but just when you think the anxiety couldn't get worse, it continues to grow.
All the air around every single one of these cars right now is getting shuffled, and I think that's something that we're going to start seeing a lot more wiggling from. It's just as these guys put it tighter to each other to side draft, and they get closer and closer to the back bumper of these things, it's just going to get all out of whack for these guys.
Yeah, these cars are so unbelievably unsettled in the draft. And that's when you're just kind of sitting 3 wide, not necessarily pushing. Now, with everyone giving it all it's got, oh, more wiggling off of turn 4.
Flip's going to nose out the lap on Tyler Pop.
I almost want to say this is the calm before the storm, as if you can say that about what we're watching right now. But it just feels like we haven't seen anything yet.
A good surge from Jonathan Cutlip. Tyler Pop's going to be building one up as we head into 3 and 4 here.
And you see hardly any stragglers towards the back. Everyone is connected in a lane somewhere. At this point, you can't wait for the wreck. You gotta go and hope for the best here. As we have 5 laps to go from Daytona. Third lane, starting to lose the speed. Oh, and they're wrecking. There it is. Oh, cars everywhere entering turn 1. Seth rolls around and nabbed it. Andrew Rucker with problems. Seems it's like something happened. Like a
So it might have
checkup. Yeah, like you see Dewar wiggle right here.
looks like maybe he was not sure if he was going to have the space or not, wanted to go high. Similar to what happened in the opening wreck of the truck race.
Yeah, and Gerald goes up to avoid him, gets into Crump, unsettles Gerald's car and sends him down into Borges, sends the 31 back up into the 46, a hand shot, the 41 nowhere to go. Seth Rawls getting turned to the inside, unfortunately not able to dodge this one. Things continuing to go from bad to worse for Shift.
Yeah, I mean, they were looking so good early on, controlling both lanes. Seth Rawls, but good luck finally running out there.
Yeah, all things considered, doesn't look like there's any damage, if at all, on the 25. JP
Frank
Phillips
Fody.
involved in another one. Just terrible night of racing for JP Phillips. Just cannot catch a break for that 34.
Frank Fody catching some air there with that hit. I think that's going to set us up, though, I think, for a green-white checker here.
Yes, sir. On board with the 60.
Nowhere for him.
Oh! Yeah, that looked like a pretty hefty hit to the right front. Oh! A few more for good measure. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and take one last break here, and we'll be back shortly.
Tickets are on sale now for the 10th Bomarito Automotive Group 500 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Sunday, June 7th features 3 huge races. The USAC Classic, Firestone Indy Next, and the only Sunday night prime time NTT IndyCar Series race. Enjoy a weekend of cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. The stars of the Indy 500 are coming to St. Louis. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Looking for a heck of a deal? You'll find it at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Right now, over $4,000 off 2025 Escapes, $2,500 off 2025 Broncos, and over $5,000 off select new 2025 F-150s. And the best part, every one of them comes with a Bolin lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Big savings, long-term peace of mind, all in one place. Tom Bolin Ford Hannibal. Heck of a deal, eh?
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
All right, we are back halfway down the back straightaway here. Getting ready for green-white checkered attempt number 1. Well, who's gonna have what? What are you expecting to see from this one, Ty?
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of these guys that have been really good pushers. Right behind these guys, Tyler Fody, Blake Reynolds, they've been the sole 2 guys. They don't have the same partners that they've had in the dance, but I think they're still going to be just fine. Michael Hossack right there behind Tyler Fody, he's been fast. Chad Frankenfield's been back up here since he got damaged. Matthew Weeks, we've seen him be able to hang out in the fray, and I think he's pretty clean and probably ready to get out in front and lead this thing.
Absolutely. So you see the pace car getting ready to make the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Tyler Popp will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go, and we are back underway at Daytona. 2 laps to go to decide the opener. Oh no, we're wrecking again! Talon into door, and it's another big one. Talon jumps out to make a move, and I don't know what the 32 is trying to do there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Justin tried to block the move. It looks like to be a day late and $1 short.
Last guy's been damaged from that.
Yeah, Tom Wright, nowhere to go. Forward with Gavin Hibbs. Like that, hit from behind and for the 95.
Looked like Ray Bracey went all the way down into the tire barrier on the inside of the corner there.
Yeah, you see. So it was Goody that ended up in the back of the 95.
Able to get it stopped before he got it a second time. Oh, well. Should have thought before I spoke, I guess.
And Gavin Hibbs was not enthused with that. Yeah, he pointed it out. Ray Bracey was took a very hard hit to the inside wall, and that looks like day done for the 07.
We got 3 more lead changes there in those last couple laps before we get ready to settle in for another green white checkered. Get another look at Race getting spun around there.
Yeah, almost had a miss, but gets clipped by the 14. And it just slides.
Honestly?
Yeah, it's not all that bad.
It was almost right in the center. You see the tally there for Dustin Dewar. It's going to be his second tally of the night. He is done. As if I feel like he probably would have been pretty killed from the damage there.
And Ray Bracey is making his way back out on track. So the 07 lives for now.
Lights are out on the pace car.
Yep, we are getting ready for green-white checkered attempt number 2. One more attempt after this.
And I kind of feel like we're probably going to end up using it at this point, man. I feel like we've seen a lot of these guys just get a little overzealous and put themselves in a spot where they probably don't need to be. But out front, I mean, it was a pretty good restart there for the inside line. Tyler Fody struggled, so I'm sure he's looking forward to getting another shot at this.
Yep.
A lot of activity on the radio.
Yeah, you can, that's putting it mildly. And Gavin Hibbs. Well. I think Gavin Hibbs is probably done for the night.
Yeah, I would, it's pretty stout observation.
Emotionally, physically, vehicularly.
Ashlingly.
Oh, as we see the field making their way to turn 4. The pace car is getting ready to make the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. And Tyler Pop, he's going to lead us back to the restart zone. Green means go, and we are back underway at Daytona. 2 laps to go. Great jump from Pop, not a good restart. Oh, we got wiggling towards the back. Rump having to make an evasive maneuver, and that is a huge gap on the inside lane.
Pop's clear to the top if he wants it. Huge run building right there on that back side of the top lane.
And he might have wanted to take that because you see the inside lane, it's cut in half. They are starting to lose momentum pretty significantly here as we are side by side going down the back straightaway. Bodie continues to shove Jonathan Cutlip through. Almost got 3 wide. Tommy Ryan looking to the outside. Chris Wright's going to jump up there with him. As we're coming to white flag. 1 lap to go. And the front is wrecking. Oh, they'll hold on to it. But Tyler Pop has fallen back to mid-pack, and now he's getting wrecked. Chris Wright is now in front of this race. Tommy Ryan getting in second. And they got Tate Lytle right behind them in third. Oh, the next pack is going to have a huge run if they can get there.
Tate's underneath Tommy. Going to be a huge push to Chris Wright here. But don't look now. Here comes Michael Hosick and Johnny Thomas.
That is a huge head of speed. What are they going to have? Coming off of turn 4. Light is shoving Chris Wright. Tate Lytle jumps to the outside.
Here comes Austin.
Coming to the checkered. It's going to be Chris Wright. Chris Wright wins at Daytona.
What a finish. Oh! Blake Reynolds.
Blake
Hard
Reynolds
up and
has
over.
died on turn 1. Chris Wright, his first race out of the booth and back into the driver's seat is a successful one.
I guess it was worth the change, wasn't it?
My word.
Little funny story. Last night, I wasn't in the channel, but Chris joined our VC and said that the race winner is going to be in this call. And obviously Ray Bracey, he helped Ray Bracey get the win there, and Chris Wright able to get it done tonight.
That he does. Man, what a wild finish. We gotta take a look at what happened coming to the white flag with all the leaders almost getting turned.
Cody was shoving Cutlip way hard. I think Cutlip went to turn into the tri-oval and too much.
Knocks Fody, Pop, and Blake Reynolds down.
See Chris Wright just right there in the perfect spot.
And a great move from Hossack to be able to jump to the bottom of the slowing Cutlip. Keep himself in contention.
See that lean get formed here. Johnny goes around Cutlip. See Tate moving Tommy up out of the way there as they head into 3. And then here comes this huge surge that Hossack and Johnny Thomas had all the way through 3 and 4.
And it was this surge that Tate Lytle tried to ride to the win. But Hossack said no, jump to the outside. And that was able to bring it home for the 8, Chris Wright. The quick shift scheme bringing home another win.
Hey, Chris Parker, he was supposed to.
There he is. There it is. The broadcaster, he knows what to do. Oh my goodness, what a night of racing.
Everybody got their money's worth on that one. That was, what a finish.
Yeah, they sure did. Alright, we are still waiting for our 3rd place finisher to hop into the booth, but while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and take a look at the final results. Your winner, Chris Wright from Tate Lytle and Tommy Ryan, the top 3. Johnny Thomas and Michael Hossack, top 5. Jonathan Cutlip, Tyler Fody, Tom Bourne, Gavin Higgins, and Blake Reynolds round out the top 10. Austin Nabdit, Chad Frankenfield, Ryan Borges, Seth Rawls, Josh Adams, top 15. Andrew Recker, Paul Mikolajczyk, and Scott Crump round out the first page. And take it away, Ty.
Matthew Weeks is going to come home 19th. Harrison Talon 20th. 21st for Gerald Campbell. 22nd for Trey Eidson. 23rd for Ray Bracey. 24th for Jay Kaner. 25th for Casey Hatch. 26th for Tyler Pop. 27th is Michael Goodman. 28th, Frank Fody. 29th, Dominic Wright. 30th for Gavin Hibbs. 31st for Jacob Adams. Dustin Dewar, Kyle Hanshaw, 32nd and 33rd. 34th for JP Phillips. 35th for Randy Yoakum. And 36th for Rob Mooney.
And then on the final page, we have Jesse Racimus in 37th. Jeff Green, Leighton Norgard, and Jeff Ryan round out the top 40, and then David Ticker, R.C. Anderson, and Cale Pocock round out those who took the green flag tonight. And we're still waiting on third place, so I think we're going to go ahead and get started with our second place finisher of Tate Lytle, who's going to be interviewed by Mr. Ty McIntosh.
Hey, buddy, it's Ty in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, another Daytona race. You put yourself in the spot to have a chance at the win. Just unfortunately, a little bit short of getting there to Chris. But how's it feel, buddy?
Yeah, I mean the seas kind of parted there at the white flag. I didn't really think I was going to have an opportunity, and then Tommy was nice enough to give me the bottom down the backstretch. I don't know if he realized me and Chris are teammates. And when he gave me the lane, I took it, and I was like, well, we'll drag race to the finish. And if that's the cup car, I probably beat him. But there's just not enough side draft in the O'Reilly car. Did all I could, though. I got up to the front once and just got a bad push and ended up down toward the infield doing Dukes of Hazzard jumps, as my dad said over text, and thankfully no damage to the car, and was able to get back up there. But shout out to Chris, he deserved it. I'm sure he'll tell you, but it's a special day for him, so it sounds like it was kind of meant to be for the 8 car, and glad that I was at least able to help him to the finish. And yeah, not a whole lot more I could have done in that race, but doing pretty good recently at play tracks, and hopefully we can find ourselves in victory lane on Wednesday. That'd be pretty cool.
I know you mentioned the save. I just want to say first off, that was generational. And I know you're somebody who's a little bit of a singer during the races. Were you like singing in a different tune when you were trying to save the car? Were you a little worried there?
I don't know if I was doing any of that. I thought I had it saved once, and then it kind of dropped back to the right. And then once I got it back to the left, I kind of just drove it left because I didn't really want to wreck half the field right there. So hit the jump, caught some air, a couple skill points, drifted it through the grass, got back on some asphalt, and thankfully drew a caution with enough time to give us a chance to get back up there. But dude, when we're 3x3 like that, it's just such a stalemate. There's really nowhere to go. I was just in 12th for 20 laps there, doing all I could, and it just was not doing a whole lot of anything for us. And yeah, I don't know, kind of frustrating mid-race, but still had an opportunity, and that's about all you can ask for at these plate tracks. But shout out Dad, Jack Louise Lowe, if they're watching still. Shout out Brent Wednesday's gone by, and yeah, damn it, close.
All right, buddy. Well, you mentioned the 500. You raced your way in on the duels on Wednesday, so good luck to you there, and I'm sure we're not done seeing you contend for some of these Grand National wins.
Yeah, we'll do the best we can whenever we're out there.
Alrighty, that was Tate Lytle. That was your second place finisher tonight at Daytona.
All right, and now time to talk to my broadcast partner from a season ago, the man who had the seat I'm sitting in right now. He is now sitting in victory lane. Chris, James in the booth, you got a copy.
Yep, how's it going, boys?
Oh, going good, not as good as it is for you. How about that? First of all, take us through that final lap, starting with the lead cars almost wrecking themselves coming to the white. That was just a crazy final lap.
Yeah, I have no clue what happened. I haven't gotten out of my car yet. We're still sitting here over the Daytona sign, but just for that green-white checkered, we were 8th, and I thought, well, I want to make sure the third lane doesn't pass me, and Tommy almost got the jump on me there going into 3, but we were able to get back in front of him. When I pulled up in front of him, all of a sudden coming through the tri-oval, everybody that was beside me, they were gone. And it was me, Tommy, and Tate. And so we just went down the back. Tate got under Tommy. I went to the bottom, be in front of Tate. Coming off of 4, Tate made the move. I didn't know if he was going to have help. I didn't know if he was going to have to run. I just held the line, and here we are. Crossed the line first. Did not expect it. We really didn't run up towards the front until late in the race, and kind of by design. We didn't qualify good, so we just stayed back there and rode around and still managed to get involved in a wreck or two, but very minimal contact. Obviously, we still had a good car and just felt like you just needed the right run at the right time to be able to get there. We just kind of stalled out 3 wide for a long time, but how about that? How about coming back and first race out being in victory lane?
Yeah, and that's a fantastic start for you. Obviously, you're going to be a full-time in the series. This sets you up with a good start to try to contend for the championship in the Racecraft Grand National Series.
Yeah, we're not really thinking about the points just yet. We wanted to win. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit in here right now. We lost my mom last August, and it was pretty tough. And today is her birthday, and you can't make that up to win this race on her birthday. I really didn't expect it. I didn't anticipate having a shot at it, but that makes it all the more special to win this race. And I could care less about what happens the rest of the season. To win this race on this day is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is absolutely incredible. I know she's smiling down on you, watching you pull off a incredible drive to get this win. And what's your, now that we're wrapping up speed weeks for this series and focusing forward, what's your thoughts going into next week's race?
I don't even know where it's at, James. You have to tell me what's coming up.
I don't know where it's at either. I was hoping you did. Oh, it's going to be Coda. Neat.
Yeah, we won't win that one. We'll see what happens moving from there. But I mean, this season's already it's already great. It doesn't matter what happens the rest of it. I gotta give a shout out to Tate. Tate, Scott, and I tried to get that top lane working. Couldn't do it. Finally got the right run, the right momentum there on that last green white checker to be able to get up there to lead that top line. Like I said, I don't even know what happened underneath me, but just kind of all fell into place there right at the end. Huge shout out to Ray and Quick Shifts. If you don't know who they are, look them up on YouTube. It's hilarious content. It's great stuff. I think they even got a cool ad that gets played. So everybody at Quick Shifts, everybody at Lake Norman, Tyler, Scott, all my teammates, Austin, Frank typically is up front here at the end of these races, and he wasn't tonight. Got caught up in some misfortune, which there was a lot of that out there tonight. Shout out to Dave for everything he does with the RN. Of course, you, James, Ty, for what you guys are doing in here tonight, and shout out to Chad for the league. Without the league, we wouldn't have anywhere to race, and this win wouldn't have happened. So a lot of fun. It's fun to be back. I'm gonna miss you guys up here in the booth, but if we can have some races like this throughout the season, it's going to be pretty incredible.
We sure didn't wait long to come back and see us.
Yeah, I don't want to make you guys wait too long, but I guarantee you won't be hearing from me next week at Coda unless something crazy drastic happens, like green white checker and everybody wrecks and somehow we just sneak through.
I mean, hey, crazier things have happened, and hopefully we are talking to you again, or at least the next race.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the season goes good, but like I said, if it doesn't, if we wreck out of every race from here on out, like this has still been the best season. And I know I've been in some champ fours and some different things, but nothing's going to top this right here tonight.
Absolutely, and we appreciate you, Chris, and hopefully we're talking to you again soon.
All right, see you boys later. Have a good time.
All right, well, I believe that just about does it for us here after 300 miles of crazy O'Reilly car racing. It is race number 1 in the books there, Ty.
Yeah, and I mean, you heard Chris. What a night for him. For a night that means a lot to him. I think it definitely felt like it was meant to be when he was telling the story there. So, obviously for Tate, I'm sure he's a little bummed to not get the win, but I'm sure he's glad that he pushed his teammate to the win on such a cool night.
Absolutely, and with that, it's time we get the heck on out of here. For my broadcast partners, Ty McIntosh and Dave Huckleberry, I'm James Watson, bidding you adieu till next week. Good night, everyone.